It's the 2K Sports pregame show, brought to you by Kia.
Hello, everybody. Glad you could join us here on 2K Sports. I'm your host, Ernie Johnson. Next to me, Kenny the Jet Smith and Dr. Shaquille O'Neal. In this game, we'll see the Indiana Pacers against the Brooklyn Nets. Looking at the Nets, they got their season rolling with a nice win in their first game. Now we'll find out if they can build on it and open with back-to-back victories. And Al Jefferson, an offensive presence when he's on the floor, heading into the back end of his career now, but still putting up good numbers. Kenny, just what does he bring to the table as a player?
Well, he's a guy that you have to double in a low block. You know, if you play him one-on-one, he's tough to deal with. So he draws lots of attention. He gets up. He gets fouled. He can shoot free throws. He is a load in the box.
You know, he's older now, doesn't command the same amount of touches as he did when he was younger. But Big Al always puts that work in on offense. That's why I nickname him Baby Fundamentals.
Baby fundamentals.
Sort of like Tim Duncan, but it's baby fundamentals.
That does it for us for now. We'll see you later.
Welcome, sports fans. Thanks for joining us. And it's time for NBA basketball on 2K Sports. Kevin Harlan here, and I'm joined by Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines. The Nets will look to their home court advantage, just one game here in Brooklyn. This their first chance this season playing the Pacers. They were dominated last year, not a good matchup for them, going 1-3 in the season series.
Yeah, and this game kicks off a 4-game season series between the two teams.
Two conference foes, guys, looking to take game one tonight. It's very interesting to see who can land the first blow.
And so off the tip, it's Brooklyn. Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting five on the floor. On the court right now for the Pacers. Monte and George filling out the perimeter. Young and Turner up front. And it's Teague in at the point. Lopez, the good-looking shot from the wing. Lopez has got the game going here with the first basket for Brooklyn. Inside from 8. And Turner finishes inside. Well, the Nets made the move to hire Kenny Atkinson to man their bench. He spent the last handful of seasons as an assistant for Mike Budenholzer on Atlanta's Hawks team.
And with the Nets turning to their new GM with Spurs ties, it makes sense that they would get an assistant of Budenholzer, also from the Spurs family tree. Atkinson has a lot going for his pedigree as a coach. Definitely was one of the more sought-after assistants before the Nets snagged him up.
And so it's Brooklyn with it. 5 on the clock. There's Hollis Jefferson. And that one is hammered home.
Yeah, he is a high riser for sure. Hollis Jefferson, a walking highlight reel when he gets to the rim.
And now just over a minute played here in the first. Ellis kicks to Young. Booker pulls it in.
You rarely see him missing dunks, but the defender was right in his face on that one, and it threw him off just enough.
Hands it from downtown. Hollis Jefferson's got 5 now.
How about 3 or 4 from the floor to start? That's always a good sign.
T kicks to Ellis. To the paint. Here's Young. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Well, he's an intriguing player, Thaddeus Young. I mean, you look at his frame and his game. I mean, he seems like he'd be a small forward, but he's played at the power forward position for years now, and I think that's in part due to the way the game is played now in the NBA with stretch fours and spacing the floor. Thaddeus Young fits into that kind of game quite well.
And so Young nails them both. He certainly can score at the power forward. Young has ability to space the floor and attack off the bounce. He's pretty special at that position.
Yeah, he really is. You know, he came into the league only after a year in college and has grown into a reliable scorer as a slasher and small ball four-man. So he's found and carved out a nice niche for himself.
Now here's Teague. A 26-point game for him in the win against Dallas. It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A three-point play chance here. It's going to be Young shooting. They get Randy Foy. And at 6'7", 6'8", Thaddeus Young, definitely more a small ball power forward, but that seems to be the way the league is going these days.
Yeah, it is, and in spite of his ability to fit into that small ball mantra, he can get overpowered inside by the bigger forwards. He's quick off the dribble, an excellent left-handed slasher, and is capable of putting big numbers on the board when he gets it going.
The Pacers last season improved their offense and keeping their defense steady.
And you know, Kevin, it was interesting because of the change in style. There was an expectation that the Pacers would make a bigger jump in the offensive numbers, and didn't quite happen that way. The defense stayed about the same, and the offense didn't make as big a jump as was anticipated.
Free throw good, Booker. Both free throws good from Booker. Here's T. And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Pass to Young from 11 feet away. Yep, that one goes. Young's got 6.
He's hit the ground running here in the first, putting together a nice quarter offensively.
The Nets with the lead. Outside, Lynn. There's a screen. The feed to Booker. Lopez left side. From the left block. So it looks like the Nets will retain possession here. Now we'd like to take this moment to show you the teams that a year ago made a trademark of scoring points off turnovers. Number 1, the Pacers.
Yeah, I mean, the best in the league at forcing those miscues and then capitalizing at the other end. Their defense led to their offense.
It's stolen by T. Here's Ellis. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line. Bogdanovich is checked in for Brooklyn. For Indiana, they have gone 2 for 3 at the foul line in this game. And you look at Jeff Teague, an all-star in 2015, but he's not in that superstar category yet. What does he need to do to get to that level?
You know, it's not one thing. I mean, Teague is good, and not great in a lot of areas, and I think he's solidified his place as a starting caliber point guard. I think with his athleticism, he could be an even better defender, which I think is an emphasis here with the Pacers.
Young's shot is off.
If they could end every possession with that shot, they'd be happy. 9 times out of 10, that's an easy layup for him.
Here's Lynn. And that one hits back iron. Pacers have gotten 4 of 6 field goal attempts to drop in the first quarter. Indiana again missing.
Nobody even close to him, and he can't believe he doesn't knock it down.
And plenty of contact on the shot, so 2 free throws coming up. And there's a call. It's on Indiana with the foul.
Yeah, you have to admire the aggressiveness of him, constantly looking to draw the foul on his shot. And one signing that went a bit under the radar during the free agent period was Jeremy Lin joining up with the Nets. The Nets got the veteran guard they wanted to lead their young core. Lin gets a chance to move out of the 6-man role he had been in the past few seasons, and now he gets to run the ship.
And that one falls for Lin. And in the Jeremy Lin deal, GA, he seemed to leave money on the table in order to move to the right team that fit him.
You know, many were surprised that he would leave Charlotte given the success he had had there, backing up Kemba Walker. Also of note in the move is that Jeremy Lin is back in the city of New York. So Linsanity once again has returned to the Big Apple.
And, you know, with the Nets in their move, they are looking to build a lasting identity, to brand themselves a certain way. And there's so much history with this franchise to draw from, but it really is the start of a new era with the team.
Now Lin. Paul George missing from long range. Kicks it to Booker. Young with the steal. Brooklyn with the rebound. And for the Nets, it's been a bit of a rough start with their time in Brooklyn. Some playoff appearances off the bat, but now they are in a rebuild.
Well, I think they're approaching this rebuild in the right frame of mind, Kevin and Greg. I mean, viewing it as a chance to really change the culture of the team and build something from the ground up with a solid foundation. Might take some time, but I think if they do it right, the city is eager to shower the Nets with a lot of love. Well, for me, when you look at Bogdanovich, I think it's the skill level that stands out. He can handle it. He drives with either hand. He can shoot it off the dribble. I think he's got a lot in his book bag offensively.
First free throw is good. And Boyan, not the most athletic, but he's got good size on the wing. And as they say, you can never have enough shooters.
And I think his ability to create his own shot is key as well, guys. Bogdanovich is a guy who can fit right into a league that has a lot of spot-up shooters. He's a guy that also can create something out of nothing, which makes him even more valuable. And the Pacers, you know, going smaller in their front court, and it hasn't really hurt them defensively. You look around the NBA, there just aren't that many power forwards who can hurt you on the block like in the old days.
Here is Lin after the made shot from Monte Ellis. Lin kicks to Booker. Plays it up and banks it in.
And Lin is a sensational playmaker. Love how he zips passes over to his guys.
T dishes to Young. And a missed layup. And for the Pacers, when they go small, they're able to cover more ground defensively.
Yeah, even when teams post them up, guys, they can harass them by trapping and digging down from the wing. So that activity and length defensively is what they use. Nowadays, it's not just about spreading the floor offensively, but also being able to cover ground defensively. And that quickness of this team serves them well.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Yeah, I like the way they're setting the tone. Really playing with a lot of energy here at the start.
Shots good by Ellis.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Dime-dropping delights is what I call it.
That is a nice pass. I will give you that one.
Yeah, he's on the money, that's no doubt. Now here's Lin. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Boston.
And don't forget about his playmaking in that game either. I mean, he did a great job of attacking the D and creating opportunities for both himself and his teammates.
Now Lin. Paul George missing from long range. Bogdanovich. A basket good off the assist from Lin. Bogdanovich has got 5 now.
And a nice, smooth, soft stroke for Bogdanovich. That stroke is pure.
So the Pacers call timeout, their first of the game. They want to keep it rolling here following the win against Dallas.
And we're able to overcome what was a really poor shooting night. And you're not going to be able to win with a percentage as low as theirs that often unless you defend.
No style points earned for sure, Greg, in that game. But they did hit the big shots when they needed them. And oftentimes it's not what you do as much as when you do it.
From the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, I spoke briefly with Nate McMillan. This is the first meeting of the season between these teams, and he stressed to his guys they need to rely on their instincts at the offensive end. He said, we do a good job of finding soft spots in defenses without forcing things. If we keep doing that, we'll be in good shape. We'll see if they can keep that up tonight, Kevin. Back to you.
Okay, thanks, David. Guys, shooting is a chief concern for them.
And if that is the focus, then their ball movement is going to have to be sharp today.
It's very rare that you see a team shoot the ball well without moving it well. And that's the hidden message when the coach talks about their shooting. The fadeaway was the right shot there because it got his attempt away from the defender, but the touch was poor.
Here's Hollis Jefferson. Doesn't get it to drop for him. Excellent D there from George.
And the next one puts him in the bonus.
Yep, they'll be trying to draw that next foul quickly so they can start getting those easy chances at the stripe.
Some changes for Brooklyn. Luis Scola, he's checked in for Booker. For Rondé Hollis Jefferson. And it's Whitehead in for Jeremy Lin. Indiana also making some changes. Jefferson's checked in for Turner. C.J. Miles comes in for George. And it's Brooks in for T. Screen by Young. Brooks kicks to Jefferson. And all around the rim that time before dropping in. And the Pacers lead by 1.
And another lead change here. How many of these are we going to have tonight?
I'm not quite sure, but I'm willing to bet it'll be more than a few.
Here's LeVert. He kicks it to Scola. Young with the steal. Pacers have been successful on 3 of their 4 free throw attempts up to this point. That's good from Young.
And you know, as good as Young can be in the open court, doesn't quite carry over to his free throw shooting.
Anthony Bennett's checked in for Lopez. And a change for the Pacers. Stuckey's checked in. He's off on the second.
No other way to put it. Just a poor shooting performance for him. But luckily, his teammates have picked up the slack.
And the dunk by Scola.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with a pass.
Down low. Jefferson against Scola. Jefferson's shot is off. Brooklyn's gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. Young with the steal. On the wing, Brooks. Screen by Young. Young sets a screen for Brooks. No good on the triple.
Even against solid defense, he's still going to try to continue to make that shot.
And I wouldn't bet against him in that situation the next time out.
Miles with it. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for Indiana.
Well, I think the defensive aggressiveness on display here has caught him off guard, playing airtight defense and coming up with the steal.
And also defensively, they've been able to cause some turnovers tonight, and that also builds confidence and gives you momentum.
Again, the miss by Brooks. Here's Whitehead. Brooks covering. Shots good by Whitehead. Whitehead's got the game tied up here for the Nets. Indiana's gone 1 of 5 from downtown in the first quarter. Points out there have been hard to come by. Here's Jefferson, and the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line. LaVoy Allen's checked in for Indiana. And you look at when the Nets moved to Brooklyn, they did a big rebrand along with the relocation. Sleek, black and white jerseys. They're definitely the team of a younger crowd in New York.
Yeah, you can certainly see the lines being drawn and the separation there in the Big Apple. I mean, the older crowd remains loyal to the Knicks, but the transplants to the city and the younger fans kind of gravitating towards the Nets. It's an interesting dynamic for somebody looking at it from the outside in.
Nets trail by 3. Here's LeVert. Right block shot. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. That's on Rodney Stuckey. The Nets shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight.
LeVert at the line for 2.
And he makes the first. And the Pacers going with the smaller lineup too, but they've remained an elite team defensively. Guys, how have they done it?
Well, not so much about their shot blocking or rim protecting as it was in the past. More about their perimeter defense. one of the best in the league at forcing turnovers and defending the three-point shot. And ironically, despite all the pressure they apply, they do a good job of keeping the ball in front most times.
And you go back over the great players the Nets have had. Dr. J comes to mind as perhaps the greatest. But Jason Kidd and others can be mentioned as well.
Well, you know, Kidd and Dr. J clearly are up there, but neither played their best years with the Nets, despite Kidd leading that team to back-to-back NBA Finals appearances. You have to acknowledge Vince Carter when he was here, as he helped them get to a pair of finals. I mean, he was part of those teams. Buck Williams, I think, probably needs to be on that list, a contemporary of mine who had an outstanding career with the Nets. So I think all those guys are worthy of being singled out as outstanding Nets.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Pretty clear. They're dominating that area. They've come out with a lot more energy and effort so far.
Now here's Scola. He had 10 points in the win against the Celtics in Boston. Here's Whitehead. It's good. Whitehead's got his second bucket tonight.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
Here's Stuckey. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Feeds it to Miles. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Jefferson, the offensive rebound.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Pass to Bennett, and it's Bogdanovich in the corner. Shoots from the baseline. Out of bounds. Indiana takes possession. And here we go with the breakdown tonight of the front court and back court rebounding numbers for Indiana.
And their big men are getting the bigger percentage of these boards. You know, you expect that, and they'll need them to continue to patrol the paint and clean up the mess if they're going to win this game.
And the Pacers with possession here. They trail by 1. Brooks, the pass to Stuckey. Back to Brooks. Indiana moving the ball around. Shot from 12. Luis Scola with the rebound.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter. And slams it home and gets some camera time on the end of it.
He did. He spent a while up on that rim, didn't he?
Yeah, you know, the refs are much more lenient with that kind of situation than they used to be.
And that last replay courtesy of Kia. Fires for 3. And it's LeVert missing.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Yeah, sensational is a really good word for it, Greg. They're tearing it up on the glass.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
Last game for Brooklyn, they picked up the W against the Boston Celtics.
And Kevin, you know, they showed how important it is to have a strong bench. I mean, when you are on the road, that depth is vital. I think they really utilized the second unit to extend their offensive assault and just really wore down their opponent.
And guys, I think what you saw from them throughout the game was teamwork. This is a team. Regardless of who was out there on the floor at any given time, they got it done. And that has to make you feel good as a group.
And talk to Monte Ellis. He says he feeds off his doubters. He loves to hear someone say what he can't do.
I think I had that all my life. I always had to prove somebody wrong, and, you know, still to this day. That's just the competitiveness that I believe my oldest brother built into me when I was little.
And that kind of relentless determination is something Monte is known for. And one of the reasons he's been around for a decade in the NBA as a consistently good player.
Neither team able to build much of a lead up to this point as we start the second quarter. And from Brooklyn guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
I tell you what, defensively, they have been in tune with one another as intense as I've seen.
Yeah, nice job helping out on the rotations and drives, doing really good work at the defensive end.
Booker out there with Brook Lopez. Then it's Jeremy Lin. Then there's Foy. And it's Hollis Jefferson in at the 3. That's the Nets 5 as we get into the second quarter. George dishes to Ellis. They set the pick. Back to George. Poked away. Clock at 4. Out of bounds. Pacers ball as Indiana keeps possession. And so here is Indiana. It's a 3-point game.
And that kind of awareness from George is really exceptional, catching the defense flat-footed by rising up immediately on the catch.
Lopez, a screen on Teague. Then the pass to Hollis Jefferson. Can't cash in on the 10-foot jumper. The Pacers shooting has been wayward so far. Only 37% from the floor. And Randy Foy gets the whistle that time. That's his 3rd foul of the game. And George kicks to Teague. Back to George. At the elbow, it's Allen. That falls. Nice feed that time from George. George has got 3 assists now in this one. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, the league and NBA teams have become much more aware of protecting players' health, and they're finding out that rest and sleep are a huge part of that. Warriors head coach Steve Kerr said medicine and science has improved, and thought processes do as well. He said in the old days, guys played 48 minutes. Well, we've made advances. We don't go backwards with this stuff. We go forwards. And guys, that's why they want their players off their feet as much as possible.
Good report, DA. Thank you. First one falls for him.
And, you know, for the Pacers, an interesting history. They've assembled 2 elite squads that both kind of self-destructed in 2004 and 2014. This franchise hoping they can finally build a roster to break through and win it all.
Both free throws good from Lin. And those great teams of the Pacers past, Malice in the Palace, railing them in 2004, that brawl leading to suspensions and distractions.
And then a decade later, guys, a team that secured the #1 seed in the East stumbled down the stretch amidst finger-pointing and accusations. The Pacers dismantling that core and restarting with a new identity. We'll see if they can get back into that title contender conversation once again.
And that's how it's done. I mean, find that hole in the D and then go hard to the rack.
Maybe that hole was a little bigger than it should have been.
Well, it was. I mean, a tight game like this one, you'd think they'd have a little more energy at the defensive end than that.
George dishes to Allen. Here's Turner, and too long on the shot. The Nets with the lead. Outside, Lin. Pass to Foy. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line. Young's checked in for LaVoy Allen. For Brooklyn, they have gone 9 of 10 from the line, so making the most of their chances.
And their free throw percentage as a unit last year, 76%, right around the middle of the road. No wasted trips at all. They're taking care of business at the line.
One way to protect the lead, knock down those free throws, and 100% free throwing for the quarter, that's superb.
Here's George, the offensive rebound, and it's sent back by Lopez.
You could see Lopez tracking that shot the whole way. Nice awareness from him and a terrific rejection as well.
And they can up the ante a little bit there after that basket.
Yeah, you know, their lead's increasing, and they've got to be feeling better and better about the way this game is starting to play out now. So we'll see if they can close it out.
They set the screen. Young pass to Ellis. Indiana moving it around. They get it again. Here's Turner. And no good. The dry spell continuing for him.
And another miss. Woo. He's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as you can have, you're right. Lynn with it, picked up by Teague, 18 feet out. The shot comes out. Pacers trail by 7. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
And they need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
He feeds it to Ellis. That's good from Teague on the assist from Monte Ellis. Teague's got his first basket of the night.
And Teague just so creative in how he finishes around tough D when it's thrown his way.
And Booker kicks to Lynn. Misses off the right iron. The Pacers shooting about 33%. Not happy with their play on that end. Turner with the screen. From deep, George. Rebounded by the Nets. Booker's got 5 rebounds tonight. Turner against Lopez. Lynn kicks to Lopez. And Lopez throws it down.
And really, Lynn has a terrific feel for this offense. Just seems to know whenever one of his guys is open. Yeah, he just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful two-hand jam.
I tell you what, if he's got a few more of those in him, this lead will really start shrinking.
He dishes it to Lopez. Young with the steal. And now here's George, the fast break opportunity. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3.
Superb playmaking from Monte Ellis. That dish was right on time.
Pacers have missed 2 free throws in the game, going 5 for 7.
Monte Ellis, hard to believe he's got over a decade in the league already. Right out of high school, back in the mid-2000s. This guy is an outstanding scorer, driver, and surprisingly good as a playmaker, too. If you let him get to his right hand, you're in a real trouble. Boy, what a slick job of passing from Jeremy Lin on that one.
And they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a 3-point play.
And that's what makes Young so dangerous, in my opinion. I mean, his ability to cut in off the bounce and finish through contact, that puts a lot of pressure on the defense.
So far tonight, he's gone 4 of 6 at the line. That's good from Young. Monte Ellis, one of the NBA's real Ironmen, only missed 3 games in the last 4 seasons.
Yeah, he's a guy who wants to answer the bell every game. Doesn't want to be watching in street clothes. Loves the action, loves to play. Has a high impact style, too. I mean, he's one of my more enjoyable guys to watch because of the verve with which he plays. When he's got the ball, he's very explosive getting to the rack.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench if he keeps shooting it like that. He has been putrid here this quarter.
And while we can, here's a look at the teams that had the fastest hands in the league last season. The Pacers 4th.
You could tell by watching them how much they enjoyed playing defense. They seem to have an endless reserve of energy flying around and pressuring the basketball.
Indiana trailing here. T kicks to Ellis. Ball's knocked loose and stolen by Booker. One-on-one here. Here's Hollis Jefferson. Yes! And a nice assist from Lynn. Hollis Jefferson's got his 3rd basket of the night. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for Brooklyn.
They've come out in attack mode on the defensive end. They've applied pressure and forcing turnovers.
Another big aspect of their game tonight has been the fast break, transition opportunities. They're really keeping it up tempo so far.
And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Lynn. Five to shoot. Off the screen.
And Lopez did exactly what he had to there on that defensive stop. He just got right in his face and made it tough for him.
And Indiana making a change here. Stuckey's checked in. And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn.
And Kevin, they've been committing a lot of turnovers here. Taking care of the basketball is the #1 priority right now in that huddle. They've got to tighten it up.
checking out the numbers for Young. Last year, getting it done. 16th in rebounding. And he was in the top 20 in field goal percentage. Able to create offense with tremendous efficiency.
And like you said, one of the better rebounders in the league as well. Displayed a tremendous work ethic that really rubbed off on his team.
Here's Lynn. Lopez, a screen on Teague. Lynn kicks to Lopez. That one bounces around and comes back out.
I tell you what, folks, I bet he won't miss that shot next time he takes it.
Teague dishes to George.
I got him.
Stuckey outside. Lets a floater go. Rebound by Brook Lopez. Lopez has got 3 rebounds now in this one. Stolen by George. Looking to get it going. Second chance effort, and it's sent back by Lopez. It's good, and the Brooklyn lead is cut to just 1 on the basket from Stuckey. For Brooklyn, they've gone 6 of 11 from the floor. Over 50% shooting here in the second quarter. Then the pass to Lopez. And the rebound goes to the Pacers. George has got his 5th rebound in this one. No one near Turner as he lets it go. That's good, and so Teague with the assist.
Boy, the struggles have been many here in this quarter. 1 of 6 is what he is now.
Lynn kicks to Foy to the inside, so it looks like the Nets will retain possession here.
You know what? A low percentage pass on that one, but sometimes it's worth the risk.
Well, that time the risk did not pay off because it was well defended.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Luis Scola, he's checked in for Lopez. Anthony Bennett comes in for Hollis Jefferson. And it's Whitehead in for Jeremy Lin. Indiana also making some changes. Jefferson's checked in for Miles Turner. C.J. Miles comes in for George. And it's Brooks in for Jeff Teague.
Yeah, easy call.
Yeah, you can hear the smack all the way over here where we are.
The Nets have shot 10 of 11 at the line. Nice work so far for them.
Taking 2 shots.
And he makes the first. Some changes for Brooklyn. Bogdanovich, he's checked in for Booker. And it's LeVert in for Randy Foy. And good on the second, so he makes them both. Indiana's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. And so it looks like the Pacers will retain possession here. Deep 2 from Brooks. And it comes off the front of the rim.
And if the shot's not there, you've got to understand that. Move the basketball.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm not quite sure what his mindset or what he was thinking there. I mean, that was just a terrible shot.
And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for 1 more.
Tough finish from Bogdanovich. He's got a nice big frame for a wingman.
Taken with the 31st pick of the 2011 draft, Bojan Bogdanović, sharpshooter out of Croatia. Not to be confused with Bogdan Bogdanović, who was drafted by the Suns in 2014.
Well, you just confused me, Kevin, because I'm mixed up now. But Bojan is bigger at 6'8", 220, and more of a small forward. So I'm going to just leave it at that before I confuse our gameplay.
Pacers trail by 4. Now here's Brooks. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. And the shot is good.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Whitehead passes to Bennett. The shot, no good. Good defensive work there by Young. There's the pass to Stuckey. And stolen by Bennett. Here's Whitehead. He's got 6. Dishes it to Bennett. Young with the steal. And up the court come the Pacers on the break. Young with the ball. For Brooklyn, they've gone 7 of 14 in the second quarter, shooting to the tune of 50%.
Not really the best decision. I mean, get the easy two, the for sure two. No need to make it fancy and special.
It's deflected, and they'll keep possession.
It's been a nice game for Jefferson. 9 points, and he has 1 steal to his credit as well.
And Clark, he's just done a great job defensively. That 1 steal doesn't tell the whole story.
He made the only free throw attempt he had earlier in the game. And he makes the first. Allen's checked in for Indiana. Both free throws good from Al Jefferson. Here's Whitehead. Pass to LeVert. And again, it's the Nets missing.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
The battle to a standstill on the boards has really been something to watch, and the game's not over yet. We'll see if one of these teams maintains more energy than the other going down the stretch.
Stolen by Brooks. And here's Miles outside. It doesn't go for him. So Brooklyn will take it the other way. And Bogdanovich kicks to Bennett. A strong finish under heavy pressure all over.
And boy, did he ever sell the pump fake. Worked to absolute perfection.
Stuckey outside. The dish now to Brooks. The tray. And so the ball out of bounds. Scola touched it last.
And here's a look at some stats for Rodney Stuckey. How he performed last season. Averaged about 9 points a game last year. 2 assists and 2 rebounds. When you have a shooter like him off the bench, it makes scoring so much easier for the bench.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, when he's taking on the scorer's role for that second unit, then the other guys can just stay in their lanes.
Brooks dishes to Miles. Releases from 15. And good. Got the English that time as it falls. And that's 15 points for Al Jefferson. Brooklyn trailing. There's 1:26 left in the second quarter. LeVert goes to the reverse layup and drops it in.
Some guys will try to overpower you at the rim, but he likes to elude you and trick you. He's got quickness and a soft touch.
Here's Allen. It's tipped. Here's Whitehead. 6 points for him. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
We all remember Linsanity, don't we, Kevin, a few years ago? Jeremy Lin is indeed the NBA's first American player of Chinese or Taiwanese descent. He's had to overcome his share of skeptics who thought he didn't look the part of an NBA player. In fact, the first day he reported to Time Warner Cable Arena in Charlotte, he had a hard time convincing the security guard to let him in. Kevin, I guess you could say he's broken the mold.
And broken new ground, too, D.A. Thanks.
Not sure if they're aware of the 2-for-1 opportunity.
Well, they ought to be. I mean, that's basic basketball time management. You've got to be aware of your clock and your situation.
Bennett the pass to Whitehead. They set the pick. Passes to LeVert. Clock at 2. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Indiana's gotten into trouble with the 3-ball in the second quarter, only hitting 1 of 5 attempts. And here is Brooks. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Screen by Jefferson. Brooks kicks to Stuckey. Got it up. And the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. And the first half comes to a close in a tie game. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks, Brooke. Where is this team right now?
Oh, it's so exciting. You know, it's really thrilling to come out with such a great group of guys every night, you know, and play basketball. You know, it's a lot of fun.
Smiles on your face, Brooke. Thanks for the time. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after this break.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And we hope you've enjoyed our first half of action. I'm Ernie Johnson welcoming you back. Shaquille O'Neal is right there. Kenny the Jet Smith is right there. And this here is the halftime report. Brooklyn found themselves in a close game in the first. At the end of the period, they held a 3-point lead. They couldn't hold on to the slim lead they had at the start of the second quarter and headed into the locker room with the game all knotted up. And from what we saw so far from the Nets, Kenny, what's your takeaway?
I was super impressed with their shot selection. I think that was part of the strategy coming in. They wanted to be patient with the basketball, move it around, and get high percentage looks. Obviously, that's going to be big.
How about you, Shaq? What did you think about Indiana?
What impressed me the most was the effort they put into the offensive glass. Second chance points really added up for them. Fighting through box outs, battling for position, they owned the offensive boards.
And in a matter of moments, they'll be starting the third quarter. Kevin Harlan standing by. See you, folks.
We welcome you back to Brooklyn just as the subway approaches the platform here at the Barclays Center Station. And we welcome you back to more NBA action. Players looking hydrated and plenty of Gatorade to help them get their job done tonight. What can you say? Al Jefferson, an impressive effort here today.
And the thing I noticed most in that first half was his offense. He was not wasteful with his opportunities and also did a great job of converting with the chances he had.
I agree with you, Greg. Judicious shot selection. All of his looks were good looks.
On the court for Indiana, Teague and Monte are the guard set. George and Young are the forwards. And it's Turner in at the pivot spot, manning the middle.
Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there, earned those free throws.
Shooting for Brooklyn, Trevor Booker. Taking 2 shots.
Free throw good, Booker. Both free throws good from Booker. Indiana trailing here. Teague kicks to Turner. That's good, and so Teague with the assist. Teague's got assist number 5 here tonight.
Exceptional skills for Turner down in the paint. This guy, I think, has the potential to be a dominant player inside for a lot of years.
Lynn dishes to 4. The rebound by Turner. Turner's got rebound number 8 now on the night. Teague against Lynn. Teague, the pass to Young. To the paint. Shots good by Ellis. Ellis has got 10.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
And Foy kicks to Lopez. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. At times in his career, Lopez has been criticized for not being a bigger presence on the glass.
Yeah, and he's admitted that he needs to be more of an aggressive presence. And that comes from mindset and mentality, especially on the defensive glass. Remember, though, he's a terrific rim protector, so he is an impactful two-way player.
That's good from Lopez.
And Brook Lopez, a little bigger and more of an offensive player than his brother Robin. But they've both turned into quality big men in this league.
Brook Lopez hits them both.
You know, he might not be the fastest or the most explosive guy, but I really like the soft hands and the excellent footwork of Lopez, because those two things you can't teach, really. Nice pass that time. What excellent vision by Jeff Teague out there.
Lynn dishes to Booker. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. Lopez can put on a low post clinic, can he, guys? Not many big men with that kind of size and savvy to slow him down.
And I would even add, guys, not just the size and savvy, but the skill. I mean, this guy knows exactly what he's doing and has a tremendous shooting touch. And that's what makes him so potent as a back to the basket and face-up center.
The first one falls.
Check out the game for Booker. He's got 13 points, and also those active hands of his have led to a pair of steals.
He can just change a game with his defense, and he's thrown off their rhythm completely the last several possessions.
And good on the second, so he makes them both. Third quarter here, over a minute and a half into it. It's George on the wing. From deep three-point range, that doesn't go either for George.
Yeah, but they're 3 of 4 to start the second half.
Inside. Here's Lopez, and you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3.
Used all 7 feet and about a third of a ton to get that one up and down.
This will be his 3rd free throw shot of the game.
How about last season? Made about 79% of his attempts, so those are really quality numbers.
And that one misses.
You know, a lot of players grew up playing against older, bigger players. For Paul George, it was his older sister, Tiasha, who stands 6'4". She used to beat him up so badly on the court, it would bring him to tears. Wow. Turnabout is fair play, though. Younger brother is hooping at an all-star level now.
Yeah, he looked clumsy on that one. He was not going to get away with that.
Yeah, he climbed all over him. I mean, there's a picture of that one in the officiating manual. So, clear, easy call.
Outside Teague. George sets a screen for Teague. On the wing, George. Defended by Lynn. That one's good, and the Brooklyn lead is cut to just 3 points on the basket from Paul George.
Yeah, nice vision that time displayed by George off the screen and roll.
Booker a screen on Teague. Then the pass to Lopez. And it's off the back rim, no good.
And even though he missed that, you have to take those shots when you get the opportunity.
Exactly. They don't come much better or easier than that.
Here's George. Yes, and it's Ellis picking up the assist. Ellis has got 4 assists in the game.
Well, I tell you what, I need to see some more assertiveness out of these defenders. They're not getting the job done.
That's a great point. 10 of the last 12 points they've allowed have come at the rim.
Here's Booker. And the shot is long. The Pacers have gone 5 of 7 from the field in the third quarter. Let's see if they can keep it up. The shot by George, no good.
He's not exactly striping them from deep. He had 1 3-ball in the first half. Still bagels in the second.
And the basket is good. And it's 8 points for Lynn.
And Lynn is just fearless, always looking to get as close to the bucket as he can.
Young, a screen on Lynn. T kicks to George. Turner with the screen. And again, it's Indiana.
And he's shaking off that slow start, giving them a boost here in the second.
Brooklyn's gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc so far tonight. Lynn dishes to 4. Now the feed to Booker. Down low, got a piece of it. Lopez kicks to 4. Misses the 3. Indiana's gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. And it's George missing. The Nets have gone 3 of 7 on field goal attempts here in the second half. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. Let's look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for Brooklyn.
Their defense has been outstanding, closing out on shots and blocking a few as well.
And guys, I think you've got to give them credit for the number of steals they've taken away. I mean, a lot of effort on the defense from them tonight.
That free throw missing. Good on the second free throw. Pacers have gone 6 of 10 from the field in the third quarter. Here's Teague.
And that is a punch to the jaw. This game, as tight as it can be, and he pulls something off that we might not even see in the All-Star game.
Ooh, well, I don't think he planned it too far in advance. That was one of those things, Greg, that just happened.
You know, you don't mind a guy like him attempting something like that in a close ball game. That was a haymaker there.
That was a nice replay brought to you by Kia.
A good night for Lynn. He has 8 points and a huge helping of assists as well.
No doubt about it. He's the conductor, the band leader, Clark, and this offense has really performed at a high level.
And he knocks down the first one.
And Lynn has really carved out a nice role for himself in our league. An effective two-way player who can score, rebound, pass, and defend.
Both free throws good from Lynn. For Indiana, they've gone 7 of 11, a lucky field goal percentage here in the third. Turner passes to Teague. Back to Turner, screened by Young. For the lead. Rebound, Brooklyn.
9 times out of 10, he's going to knock that one down. He'll spray that one on you.
Here's Lynn. And again, no good by Brooklyn. Down low, ball's knocked loose. Kicks it out to Booker. From deep. The rebound by Turner. Indiana trailing here. Teague dishes to George. Teague against Lynn. Teague kicks to George. And the Pacers can't get it to go.
Good sets, good offensive sets are built on solid screens, and that was an example of how you don't want to set a pick.
Here's Foy. Chalk up 2 there. Foy's got his second bucket of the night.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
Now Teague. Off the screen, and Monte Ellis the bucket on the assist by Teague. Ellis has got 4 points now in the quarter.
Hey, you've got to give a thumbs up to Ellis and his basketball IQ. I mean, he's a high-efficiency scorer off the screen.
Lynn kicks to Foy. Feeds to Booker. To the left wing. That one goes. Count it. 12 points for Lynn. Pacers trail by 4. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket. And Teague knew that he would be open there. Great patience and vision from the point man.
Now a timeout called by Brooklyn. I read somewhere Jeff Teague said that if he wasn't an NBA player, he'd be a battle rapper.
Well, that's a pretty unique answer. And I know he likes to battle when he's out on the floor. So Teague is also a big sneakerhead, as they're called, has a huge collection of those as well. Yeah, it looks like he saw some things out there that need to be adjusted, and he's going to take a break here and talk it over.
Hey, coaches sometimes need a break in the action to rethink and retool a bit. anytime you're in that situation, it makes sense to use the timeout.
And a new group out there on the floor for the Nets.
How about a look at the Pacers and where they ranked in the NBA last season? First in points off turnovers, fourth in steals, and they were top 10 in opponent field goal percentage. That's a good indicator of a team getting it done defensively.
And you also mentioned their points off turnovers. I mean, most in the league. That speaks to their tremendous athleticism, applying pressure at every turn and then getting off to the races and just flying down the court.
Here's Whitehead. 6 points for him. Here's LeVert. Cranes the three-pointer. LeVert's got his third basket of the night right there.
Well, the pick didn't exactly neutralize the defender, but good concentration on the finish to still get the basket.
Jefferson gets the bucket.
Boy, he picked him out brilliantly with that feed inside.
Nets leading by 3. Here's the screen. Screen by Scola. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. And a look here at the shot chart.
And the three-point game stands out as a major sore spot. It just has not been falling for him. I think at this point you start to get away from that shot. Try to engage in other parts of the offense. You don't want to hurt your team if that long ball isn't there.
And the first one drops. That's also good. So he hits both free throws. And so here is Indiana, trailing by 5. Indiana moving it around. That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time. And the dunk by Scola.
A forceful finish from the big fella.
Well, with a player for that size, you'd think he'd make the highlight reel more often.
Yeah, you know, he just appears to lack an edge at times in his game. I mean, he can be too passive and reluctant on the court.
Nets leading by 7. Here's Whitehead. Yes, that goes in. Whitehead's got 8 points.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Brooks with it. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Here's Allen.
Oh! Hey! Ooh, wow. And, you know, at 6'9" now, Allen is definitely a threat to dunk it on you. The defense can't let him get that close to the basket or he'll make you pay.
Screen by Scola. And Bogdanovich now top the key. Count it. Bogdanovich has got the lead up to 9 now for the Nets. Here is Brooks. Kicks to Miles. Brooks outside. Back to Miles. 6 to shoot. He kicks to Jefferson. Corner shot. And he hits the jumper for 2. Jefferson's got 4 this quarter. Here's Whitehead. He's got 8. Pass to Bennett. Here's Whitehead, defended by Allen. Here's LeVert. It's rebounded by Jefferson. Jefferson's got 7 rebounds in the game. And Miles kicks to Brooks. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely. And now it's only a 5-point Nets lead. Brooklyn's gone 4 of 8 tonight from three-point land, shooting 50% on the 3-ball here. Whitehead passes to LeVert. Here's Bennett. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a 3-point play.
How about the concentration? He gets hit, but stays with the play and gets the finish.
Innovation and improvisation right there, Greg. Finding a way to get that shot to fall after taking the contact.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. That free throw good from Bennett. Pacers trail by 8. Now the pass to Miles. Jefferson setting the pick for Brooks. Brooks can't get that one to fall.
And honestly, not real happy with the shot selection on that one.
Yeah, clearly a brain fade there. He's got to be a little smarter in his choice making.
Dishes it to Bennett. It's stolen by Jefferson. Now here's Brooks. Defense right on him. And the wide open shot from Stuckey. Allen dishes to Brooks. Not going to go that time. Nets leading by 8. Launches it. It's rebounded by Indiana. Jefferson's got rebound number 8 now on the night. Shoots it. And it's Brooks that time on the assist by Jefferson. Brooks has got 4 points now in the quarter. Here's Whitehead. He's got 8. There's 49 seconds left to play in the third. He feeds it to Bogdanovich. Here's LeVert. He's guarded by Stuckey. And the Nets miss again. Pacers trail by 6 with the shot. The offensive rebound. Tries again and fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Blatant contact. Straightforward call. Simple.
The Pacers have shot 9 of 11 at the free throw line. And he knocks down the first one. And so he hits both. Brooklyn leading by 4. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Pass to LeVert. Here's Whitehead. Rebound Brooks. He dishes it to Allen. Takes it from 10. The rebound by the Nets. Bennett's got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's LeVert. Here's Whitehead. No good trying to beat the buzzer. And we've reached the end of the third. Nets out in front, leading by 4. And time to step aside quickly, but we'll be back in no time with the start of the fourth quarter. And thanks for joining us again as the fourth quarter of play is set to get rolling. It's been a close battle to this point. Nets leading by 4. Brook Lopez is out there with Booker. Then there's Foy. Then it's Jeremy Lin. And it's Hollis Jefferson in at the 3 spot. So that's the Nets 5. They get a hand on it. And now the fast break. George with the ball. Good on the bucket. Ellis has got the first points up on the board here in the fourth for Indiana.
And you know what? When Paul George sees an open teammate, he doesn't hesitate. I mean, he quickly gets the ball out of his hands. It doesn't stick with him.
Lopez kicks to Foy. Lets it go from deep. Unable to get that one. And Indiana will go the other way with it to the middle to tie it up. Second shot opportunity. Here's Jefferson. They shoot again. 60 seconds off the clock here in the fourth.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
And, you know, the defense gets their money's worth on that foul, stopping the layup and not giving up the and one.
Shooting for Brooklyn, Randy Foy. At the line for two.
The first one falls. Miles Turner, he's checked in for Jefferson. And Foy hits both of them. Fourth quarter just getting started. 1 minute in the books. Now here's Teague. Ellis outside. Down low, Turner. Rebound by Brook Lopez. Nets leading by 4. Here's Hollis Jefferson. Excellent D there from George.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Really good alertness from Young there, who was in perfect position on the catch and shoot.
Just about 1.5 minutes gone by here in the fourth. Foy from long range. Let's keep it alive. Here's Booker. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2.
Yeah, how about the body control on that one? Narrowly misses getting the deuce.
Boy, he had a nice look at it after drawing the foul. Boy, it would have been nice to get an and one there.
Taking 2 shots.
Free throw good, Booker. So he hits 1 of 2 from the stripe. Pacers trail by 3. From deep, George. Brooklyn with the rebound. Lynn's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
And you know what? He's just not on his game, no doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team.
Nobody near George. That doesn't go either for George.
Not a whole lot going down for him at this point. He just can't buy a break.
Over in the corner, Foy. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. That's on Monte Ellis.
Looking at the game for Foy, he has 8 points, and 4 of his points have come at the foul line. He's made the most of those opportunities.
And you can't undervalue the importance of that. Many times a game comes down to which team wins the free throw battle.
First free throw is good. And Foy hits both of them. Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. It's George on the wing. A putback. Great positioning on the putback.
Boy, how about the determination of Turner? I mean, he's a wrecking ball on the glass on both ends of the floor. Just doesn't give up on plays.
In the pass to Booker. In the corner, Hollis Jefferson fires from the wing. And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing. And the foul goes against Indiana.
Well, when you asked a lot of scouts who they thought was a sleeper in the 2015 draft, a number of them chose Hollis Jefferson, taken with the 23rd pick out of Arizona. I think he's got some upside for the future for sure.
That free throw, no good. You talk about how hard he plays, all the intangibles as far as a great teammate. Rondé Hollis Jefferson, not a ton of downside. You know he'll be a solid player.
Yeah, I agree with you there. And if I was mapping out a game plan for him with his athleticism and motor, it would be defend like crazy, which he already does, and develop your corner three-point shot. If you can defend multiple positions and make threes, you're going to find a place on somebody's roster for a long time.
Outside Teague. Outside, George. Shot clock at 6. Tries a three. And it's George again missing.
And offensively, he has been a liability more than he's helped this quarter.
Here's Lopez. And count it. 2 points with a chance for one more at the free throw line.
I just love the way Lopez is willing to fight underneath the basket for a rebound, going after it with some force. It's been a good night for Brook Lopez. He's got 10 rebounds and 5 blocks. He's doing all the things you can ask of a player in the low post.
Definitely, it's the blocks, the rebounds, you name it, he's done it.
And here is Teague. Look at the clock, a little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth. Turner with the screen. Teague kicks to George. And that comes off the assist by Jeff Teague. 14 points for Paul George.
They're down right now, trying to stay in the game with the 3-ball. They've shot a lot more here in the second half than they did in the first half. And I'm not sure I agree with that strategy.
Tries from 7. Almost, but it rolls out. Pacers trail by 4. And a wide open look here for Ellis. And again, it's the Pacers from deep.
This guy will really make you pay if you leave him enough room outside.
Brooklyn's gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. Lynn dishes to 4. They set the pick to the inside. From the arc. The rebound by Turner. Turner's got rebound number 12 now. Tenacity on the glass.
Taking 2 shots.
The first free throw is good. Both free throws good from Booker.
And really making the most of his opportunities there tonight. Hasn't been the struggle we sometimes see him go through.
From deep, George. And out of bounds as the Nets gain possession. Nets leading by 3. Now Lynn to the paint. Here's Booker. The basket good off the assist from Lynn. Lynn's got his 7th assist here tonight.
And he just big-boyed it right there. The height advantage he's got down low, really difficult for them to defend.
Teague the pass to George. Turner with the screen. Good chance here for George. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way.
I tell you, it's one of the hardest things to defend in the NBA. Paul George getting a screen. I mean, he's really excellent at operating in the screen and roll.
Lynn kicks to Booker, and he comes up with the deuce.
And when they've gone to him, he has come through big time. You got to keep getting him touches.
The Pacers making a switch here. Brooks checked in. That one misses for Booker.
Well, you have to like how he's challenging the defense now in the second half. Getting to the line for a lot of free throw opportunities.
It's good, and the Brooklyn lead is cut down to just 3 on the basket from Monte Ellis.
Man, I like the way Ellis does not back away from working his magic in the paint. I mean, he's a crafty finisher who knows how to score from a lot of angles inside.
Lynn finds himself wide open and drills it. And the Nets lead by 5.
This is a fantastic performance in this half. He didn't play as well in the first, but you just know with this guy, he's always ready to turn it around.
Young, a screen on Lynn. Deep 2 from Brooks. Hollis Jefferson with the rebound. Hollis Jefferson's got 4 rebounds in this game. Lynn kicks to Booker. To the middle. Here's Lopez, and it's sent back by Turner.
What timing from Turner. I mean, that's a big part of blocking shots. Reading the shooter and then timing it perfectly to send that shot in reverse.
Out of bounds. Next ball as Brooklyn keeps possession.
Still next ball.
Stolen by George. And now Ellis running the floor all by himself.
It's just what the doctor ordered here. Boy, have they needed him here in the fourth.
Yes, they have. He's made all 4 of his shots this quarter, Greg. Definitely looking to be a dangerous guy.
Lynn kicks to Lopez. Passes to Hollis Jefferson. To the middle.
I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit and drew the whistle.
Yeah, but he was late to get there, Greg, so the referee couldn't give him a free pass on that one.
Jeremy Lin. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. Both free throws good from Lynn. Pacers trail by 5. Inside. And Turner the bucket on the assist by Brooks. Brooks has got 4 assists now tonight.
And how about the grit and determination in the post? I mean, essential qualities to have late in a close game.
Lynn kicks to 4. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. That's on Monte Ellis. Rodney Stuckey's checked in for the Pacers.
Randy Boyd. Taking 2 shots.
Free throw good, 4. And Brooklyn making a change here. Bogdanovich is checked in. Good on both. Pacers trail by 5. Brooks kicks to Stuckey. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Brooks.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Here's Bogdanovich, defended by George. Here's Lopez, tries it from 9. And it's Brook Lopez with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. C.J. Miles, he's checked in for Aaron Brooks.
Substitution. C.J. Miles.
Indiana's gone a disappointing 2 of 6 on 3-point attempts here in the 4th. And Miles kicks to Young. And Thaddeus Young with the slam.
With his athleticism, dunks like that are pedestrian for Young.
Outside, Lynn. The dish now to Lopez. They set the pick. Bogdanovich passes to Lynn. 6 on the shot clock. Lopez kicks to Booker. Good defensive work there by Young.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
I certainly do. You know, I like to see guys do their work inside. Their rebounding has been excellent, and that's always important in a close game.
And so it's Brooklyn with it. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Outside, Lynn to the inside, and stolen by Stuckey. Now the Pacers moving it up. Stuckey's got the ball. George dishes to Miles. Missed inside.
Well, the effort was there, but he just couldn't quite fight his way through traffic.
Foy, the pass to Lopez. And the dunk by Lopez.
Chalk that up. Lopez won't miss many of those.
Pacers trail by 3, and it's Miles with the jam.
Well, momentum up for grabs. Miles seizes the opportunities. Such a polished scorer who comes up huge for his guys with his shooting.
Outside, Lynn, the feed to Lopez. Stolen by Miles. And even 3-on-3 break. To take the lead. Got a piece of it. Here's Foy. Pacers with the rebound. Turner's got 13 rebounds in the game. Class eating. That's tipped. Lopez kicks to Foy. And again, no good by Brooklyn. Pacers shooting it well here in the 4th quarter, 50%. And George, here we go, controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And the Pacers lead by 1.
Boy, Thaddeus Young showing you that he's a guy you can count on when things get tight. Big hoop there.
Lynn kicks to Lopez. Feeds it to Bogdanovich. Back to Lopez. Lock at 6. 11 feet away. And it's good off the glass. Lopez has got 7 points here in this quarter.
Big scores like that one are what you can count on from Lopez.
Here's George. There's 1:38 left in the game. Here's Turner. That one doesn't go. Some solid defense there from Lynn. Brooklyn's gone ice cold from three-point land 0-4 since the start of the final quarter. Kicks it to Lopez. To the paint. And Lopez throws it down.
And what about the composure of Lopez? Fantastic.
1:15 left here in the 4th quarter. Stuckey with it. Left side, George. He kicks it to Turner. That falls. Nice speed that time from George. And that's 12 points for Miles Turner.
Loose D here. Critical stretch. I mean, you better off sending him to the free throw lines and have him get that good a look.
Well, you know, looking at the play the way I looked at it, heck, he may have been thinking about avoiding the and one. And that's why he let him get the easy boot.
Here's Lopez. Good work defensively by Turner. And the Pacers with possession here. It's a one-point game. And George with the stuff.
Well, Paul George has been sensational.
There's 39 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Lynn dishes to Lopez. A fadeaway, and that one comes up a bit short.
Unnecessary to go to the fadeaway there. It wasn't needed. Could have just kept it simple and taken the easy shot.
Young passes to George. Pass to Stuckey. Three-pointer, and play stops as it looks like they call him over the back here.
Yeah, he was boxed out and tried to get the rebound the only way he could.
Yeah, he got straight over the back and on top of him there, too. So nothing subtle about that one.
And no good as the first free throw missing for him. We'll see if he can nail the second. He's able to hit the second one, and that ties the game up.
They should be in front right now, but he'll be relieved not to have come up totally empty there.
Timeout called the Pacers. The score is tied at 117. Just 4 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
Everyone here at the Barclays Center to welcome to the court, your next dancer.
It's stolen. Time expires, and we're going to overtime. And we'll return shortly. Well, if you love great competition and neck-and-neck basketball action, this one has been a great one. Overtime number 1. Getting going right now. So Indiana wins the tip. And always a good ride in these post-regulation battles. This overtime now looking to be an exciting one. All fueled up and ready to go to overtime basketball here, brought to us by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. On the court for Indiana, George and Young are the forwards. Brooks out there with Lavoy Allen. And it's Jefferson in at the 5 spot. Got a piece of it. Stolen by Allen. Fast break. Here comes Indiana. He had a nice open look right there. George has got 23 points.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Well, when you look at the assist total, they've been clearly the better team.
4. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
At the line for 2.
The first free throw is good. And Foy hits both of them.
And his work at the free throw line has been terrific tonight, making the most of his chances.
Brooks kicks to Allen. The pass to Jefferson. Screen by Jefferson. Dishes to Allen. 6 to shoot. And Jefferson wide open. He shoots. Wide open. Couldn't capitalize. Nets trail by 3. Foy with it. Jefferson picks him up. That's good from Booker on the assist by Foy. Booker's got 23. Pacers have gone 2 of 3 from the floor as we've gotten this overtime period underway. Screen by Young. Allen dishes to Brooks. He feeds it to Jefferson. Lopez with the steal. Here's Foy. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Lavoy Allen. Here's Booker. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Booker.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
Here's Jefferson. Screen by Young. To the inside. It's blocked. But they get it back. Allen, that's good. And Brooklyn has possession. Now here's Lynn. Lopez outside. Back to Lynn. Baseline jumper. Clock at 6. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact and he'll shoot 2. That's on Aaron Brooks.
2.
Shooting for Brooklyn, Jeremy Lin. Taking 2 shots.
And that one falls for Lynn. Both free throws good from Lynn. We're in overtime. If you've just joined us, 2.5 minutes through it. And Brooks, here we go. Drops in the layup for 2. And the Pacers lead by 3. And for Brooklyn, they're shooting reasonably well, 45%. Booker is screen on Brooks. Then the pass to Lopez to tie it up. The Pacers pull it in.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
And the Nets with possession here. To the middle. It's stolen by Allen. And now it's Allen. Running. He can go all the way. Jefferson. Great positioning on the putback.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
Outside, Lynn. From 12 feet out. And he hits the jump shot. Lopez has got 20.
And at that range, hey, hard for the defense to really affect that shot. I mean, Lopez is just too good.
Pass to Young. Baseline try. That one's not going to go. And it's the Nets taking it the other way. Near the three-point line, it's Foy. Yes! And a nice assist from Lynn. And it's now only a 1-point Indiana lead. Tipped away. And here we go. Brooklyn fast break. Lynn with the ball.
And Lynn is no stranger to the big moment. He shines brightest when he needs to with these kinds of baskets.
Basket good. Jefferson's got 4 points this quarter.
Excellent communication on the inbound play there, guys. He got in a good position, and the pass was as it needed to be, on time and on target.
Here's Lopez. And it's off the back rim, no good.
Ill-advised shot there.
Yeah, exactly. That was lower than low percentage.
Is it me, or does it just feel like he gets every rebound that comes up?
Well, he practically has gotten every one that's available. A 20-plus rebounding game is not something we get to see very often, Greg.
That was massive. You know it.
He's stepping right into the spotlight there. Boy, just look at what Jefferson is doing.
What a big possession right here.
No doubt about it, guys. The tension is palpable.
Lynn kicks to Lopez. Connects!
And, you know, when Lopez gets it rolling early, he can put up some big numbers.
Timeout called the Pacers. They're behind by 1. There's 38 seconds left in the first overtime. What's your take, guys?
Hey, they do have enough time here. If they shoot quickly to get the 2 for 1, we'll see if they try.
Indiana making some changes. Miles Turner, he's checked in for Jefferson. Rodney Stuckey subbed in for LaVoy Allen. From deep, Brooks. They get the rebound. And Turner kicks to Stuckey. Indiana again missing. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Passes it to Ford. He dishes it to Lopez. Yes!
And they still have a foul to give at this point.
Timeout called the Pacers. They're trailing by 3. 15 seconds left to play in OT, and this battle continuing. Now, here is George. Tight defense on him.
Tremendous effort. I mean, this guy has already cracked double digits on the backcourt.
And those rebounds lead the team. I mean, he's been the tone setter for him today in terms of work ethic and glass eating. Well, luckily, they've got some really solid backup. You hate to see a player DQ'd, disqualified due to fouls, but they can do a decent job of replacing his production.
Second one is good. Hitting both at the line, and it's a 5-point game.
No mistakes there. I think you can close the book on this one, guys. It's done.
Stuckey kicks to Young. And here's Brooks from outside. No good.
Got to give credit to the defense right there. That's where Hollis Jefferson sets himself apart.
And so it's Brooklyn with the win. They escape with a victory, although they needed an extra period to get it done.
Yeah, but what a great game. I mean, both teams, I felt like, gave it their all. But when it came to OT, it was just all about sheer determination on their part.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much. Brooke, what was the feeling like out there tonight?
You know, I just wanted to go out there and have fun with my boys. You know, we had a great time. My guys got me the ball where I could score easily, you know, and we just need more of that in the season.
They certainly found you tonight, Brooke. Congrats again. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for being with us. Now time to head over to the studio where the award-winning Ernie Johnson is with Shaq and Kenny, all standing by. Guys, take it away.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Welcome back, friends and neighbors. Ernie Johnson along with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny Smith as we move forward to the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Brook Lopez. Really answered the bell in the fourth quarter. He got into attack mode early. That fired up his teammates. End of story.
His whole game tonight operating on another level, Ernie. And he wasn't just allowed to do whatever he wanted to do. He earned it. That's where the pride kicked in.
It's amazing how often he was able to slash right through the defense and get to the rim for an easy deuce. Come on, man. They couldn't stop his penetration, Ernie. All those points he racked up from the paint made a big